Hi there, Sensei Victoria Whitfield here, and this is your weekly love letter from the dojo at naturalintuition.com, your source for channeled holistic stress management techniques and guidance for developing your natural intuition. Whether you are looking to cultivate your intuition for greater personal or professional health, then please let this love letter be your reminder that you are not alone and that together we can make that happen. This week is week 2 of 5, our 5-week deep dive into that interplay between self-care and self-sabotage, that we dance, right? We dance across that line as empaths every single day. Source has really pushed me to raise awareness around this because you have got to shine your light better, brighter, bigger. We need you, baby. So whatever it takes, we're going to raise awareness where you may be standing between you and your light shining at its brightest. And we just want to honor that, not to make you feel wrong or like, oh, beat yourself over the head for doing things that way, but instead just honoring that's coming up. So this week in particular, for week 2 out of 5, the guides have requested us to talk about food. Oh man. Food and emotional stuffing. Ooh, all right, let's go there. What kinds of foods do you eat, right? When you experience the feelings that are like the following feelings of anxiety, worry, emptiness, boredom, anger, grief. Like, as I even just say those words, what kind of foods does your body want to, like, oh, you start getting cravings for? Is it for another diet soda? Is it for potato chips? Is it for cookies and chocolates? Or could it be for cheeseburgers, just fill me to the brim, right? Or pizza? All of these stuffing foods versus fuel and clarity foods. Now, a lot of my private clients, there's a certain point in our sessions where we come to this one philosophy that I've said, I don't know how many times, but there's 2 kinds of people in the world, right? There's 2 kinds of people. You can tell by what's driving them. People who desire clarity and people who desire comfort. You see where I'm going with this food? So people who desire clarity, they're going to confront the issue, right? Because they just want to clear the air. They're going to take personal responsibility, right? Because that's empowering and it fosters more clarity, right? It spreads light. They're going to take a stand, right? And voice their opinion because we're looking for clarity. They're searching for truth. Whereas people who are desiring comfort are going to blame. It's easier to place blame, right, on others or other events or things that happened in the past or imagined situations, right? We're going to place blame if we want comfort. We're going to feel more tired. We're going to want to rest more. We're going to complain, right? Whatever we can do to shirk responsibility and kind of hot potato that off of us. And we're not going to express our opinion or rock the boat because, if you rock the boat, you'll get spanked. That's what happened in my childhood, right? So, or maybe that happened to you, or maybe you'll get denied love. What did you learn in your childhood when you were really vocal? Were you acknowledged and held, or were you punished, right? This affects our emotional relationship with food because food essentially represents nourishment for our bodies, right? How you nourish yourself. Do you nourish yourself for comfort or do you nourish yourself for clarity? What types of foods are you craving? Maybe even right now. Be kind to yourself. This is not a beat yourself up question. This is simply an awareness question. What types of foods do you eat or especially reach for when you're under extra stress, or you're feeling anxiety, or you're feeling worried, or your lover or the person that you love is not acknowledging you or acknowledging your feelings, right? Or the government is not acknowledging your emotions and your feelings. What do you consume? What do you nourish yourself with? Is it food that increases your clarity or increases your comfort? Now, be kind to yourself, because if it's increasing just your comfort and not your clarity, right? If you're falling asleep after eating something, that's a sign that your clarity is not increasing. You're actually taxing yourself. And that's called emotional stuffing, right? We're stuffing down the feelings of emptiness in particular, such as loneliness, worry, fear, anxiety, anger, that hole. We're trying to stuff the hole full. So many empaths do this. So you are not alone. I've done this. Or remember my previous video, I lived on Twix. Talk about stuffing. That stuff's probably made out of like sugar and cardboard. And who knows, right? Maybe some corn syrup thrown in for good measure. You know, maybe for a little bit of nutrition. Terrible. Right? No wonder my body at the time was horribly inflamed and constipated and tight and in pain. That's years in the past now. Thank God, right? But be kind to yourself if you're stuffing, you're emotionally stuffing, right? The alternative would be instead to eat foods that cleanse you or increase your clarity. Right? Last month we talked about going on a cleanse, right? And honoring that as the form of grounding, right? To clear your energetic system. Do you drink water-filled foods, such as foods that require the sun in order for them to be created? Fill in the blank. I don't need to know what comes up for you around foods that require the sun in order to be created and foods that are filled with water. Use your thinking cap. What comes up for you around that? But the alternative would be to have food that comes into your body with more photons, right? More nutrients, dense with light energy, so that you can shine brighter rather than stuff down. Now, the oracle cards that are coming forward this week in particular are the romance angels. I don't know if this is backwards on camera, but this is now, I think we have 20 decks, 20 or 21. I just got another donation of a deck. Thank you, Paula. Yay. So good. And if you want to donate to the dojo, we are always open to receiving more decks, because the whole tribe uses all of the different oracle cards that we have here. Romance angels. Emotional food stuffing, the most notorious of all. What do we need to know about our relationship with food and love? New love! Oh my. New love. A new person has stirred your romantic feelings. What are you gonna do with that, right? There's so many things that can stimulate desire. And many of the ways that we shame ourselves, right, and self-sabotage being receptive to desire and new affection, right, and new stimulation, is we stuff it down. Like, oh, nope, I am not lovable. Let me eat that cake. Let me eat that Smartie. Right? Let me stuff that down. Be kind to yourself if that's what's coming up for you. If you're afraid, right, of rejection, or even afraid of being seen, right? To all my entrepreneurs out there, right? How much do we eat to stuff down our visibility, our fear of being seen? Be kind to yourself if that's coming up for you. So, how can we begin eating foods that increase our clarity as opposed to just our comfort. Comment below, send me an email back, let me know what's coming up for you. What foods are you craving? By the way, let me see if I can pull this book out here. Doreen Virtue has a book that changed my life. The Care and Feeding of Indigo Children. In here, she actually has a chart of what food means what emotionally. So, for example, craving chocolate is a desire for romance and love. Craving beer is the desire to shut out anxiety, wanting more love, fun, and appreciation. So you can deepen your healing journey by getting and reading this book, specifically in your relationship between self-sabotage, right, and self-care, right, the dark side of self-care, and our relationship with food. Curious to hear if you're going to get the book. Let me know what you think of it. If you have read it, did this book change your life too? It sure did mine. All right, I will see you next week for week 3 of 5, and get ready for it.